I think Britney Spears is giving us more details into what is going on with her conservatorship. Yeah, she's got someone else that she wants in place. And Miley Cyrus, girl, what's going on with you and Miss Hannah Montana? What y'all cooking up in the kitchen? We're going to get to the bottom of all of that right here in the green chair. You already know what time it is, so get those green hearts in the Jack Crystal balls right about.
Manifest, now I'm blessed. Life is sour, then it's sweet, like the lemon with the zest.
Hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Courtney Revolution, your homosexual, and welcome to a Kiki with Mimi, home of the Green Chair Chats and home of hashtag speculation, not confirmation. It is a beautiful Thursday morning here in Los Angeles. And I just want to say hi to all of the rebels of the revolution. If this is your first time here, if you're wondering what exactly is going on, go right on ahead and click that subscribe button. Click the notification bell because this is the pop culture Kiki that you have been missing. Hello, everybody. If you're ready to get into some hot goss, some speculations, if you're ready to be a little bit extra today, put some green hearts in the chat and then put some crystal balls in the chat. If you're wondering why I'm a little extra, it's because I went to Dunky D. Yeah, Dunky D. It's the coffee for me, Miss Dunky D. And my name's Courtney. I don't know where that came from. That wasn't planned. But good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today on this day before Friday? I see you, Tamara. Courtney, happy Thursday. I see you, Amanda. I see you, Jelena. Hey, Jelena. I see you, Sarah. Sarah's getting it. You right on into it, Sarah. Hi, Court. Finally got a live notification. Woo! Yes. Thank the Lord. My boyfriend got a notification at 8:30 p.m. last night. Watched Demi's documentary last night. That woman is strong, and I like how the doctor didn't know. Sarah, let's not even get into it today. Shout out to Demi Lovato. We're going to give her a break just for today. I know it's been like a lot of Demi stuff, a lot of Justin stuff. It's just been like a lot lately. So we mixed it up a little bit today. Thankfully, the news was like weird last night. So we've got a lot of like people that I feel like maybe we don't talk about all of the time. Like there are people that we talk about all the time, but there's some in the script today that we don't talk about them like every day or like 3 times a week or and stuff like that. So I am excited about the show today. I see you, Elva. I see you, Corinna. Good morning, afternoon, rebels. And then Courtney Revolution. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Back to you. Tell me where you guys are watching from. Tell me what time it is, wherever and whenever you're watching. And as always, to those of y'all that are not watching live, hello, I see you. I love you just the same. Thank you for making me part of your day. Now, before we get into the the tea between you and me, I just want to let you guys know that I am doing a Q&A upload, like a Q&A video. I did one before, and you guys seem to really enjoy that. I'm going to do another one. So if you're watching live or you're watching after, when the video is done, when the show is done, go on ahead in the comments, leave questions, anything you want to know, anything you want me to discuss, anything that you're nosy about, as long as it doesn't have anything to do with my last job. That is the boundary. Nothing about my last job. I'm not answering any of those questions, spoiler alert, simply because I can't. So any other questions about my life or anything about my opinions, go ahead and ask those, and I'll pick and choose, and then I'll probably film that video tomorrow afternoon. So that is the deadline. I will try to remind you guys tomorrow, and I also will put a question box on my Instagram, because y'all know that's what I did last time, and I'll probably do a community post on my YouTube page for those of y'all that don't have Instagram. So I'm trying to give y'all options so that y'all can be heard, this, that, and the third. Okay, now let me jump down. Patricia is saying, what time is it? It's Courtney time. Yes, it is. Actually, right here in the sunny Los Angeles area, it is 9:15 a.m., which means that I actually got started a little bit on time today. So shout out to me, because for whatever reason, whenever I feel like I'm like, everything's done, I'm actually going to take a moment and breathe at 9:07 before the show starts. I start the show and y'all, I'll notice that like something's missing. I always try to make it seem like it's like natural, but girl, sometimes there is stuff missing, y'all, and y'all don't even notice, hopefully. Thank the Lord. Shout out to Alice saying good morning from Florida. Melissa is saying good morning, Courtney. 10:15 in New Mexico. Shout out to New Mexico. I feel like y'all have some good Southwestern jewelry. Y'all got some good turquoise out there in New Mexico. Let me know. Let me know. Let's talk to Kat. Kat saying, "Hola, buenas tardes, Courtney. Today my short film is playing at the festival. Check out my little film on my channel." Everyone, please check out Kat's channel today. Show some love to Kat. Check out the short film. I'm glad we're talking about it because then when I go and rewatch the show later on today, to see what y'all were talking about in the chat during the times that I was missing, I can go on ahead and watch that. So thank you for letting us know, Kat. Loa is saying, "I'm always nosy when it comes to Housewives. I've been bugging for you to discuss this Candy, Tiny, and Miss Phaedra tie. I don't think that it is a tie, which is why I have not discussed it. As far as I know, Phaedra was given that lie by a producer on the show, and honestly, she shouldn't have repeated it, and that's why she got set up. I don't think that Candy is involved with the Tiny stuff simply because I personally believe that she individually, Candy is smarter than that, and she would not get involved with those kinds of things. Now, Candy is very open about sex and sexuality and love and things like that, but I don't think that she was part of that. And I hope that answers your question. Spoiler alert, that won't be in the Q&A. But I see you, Jalita, saying it's 5:15 p.m. in Croatia. We got Britney saying hi from Aruba. Shout out to Aruba. I know I say this about a lot of places, but I ain't never been to Aruba, so tell me what's banging out there in Aruba. Shout out to you. Cass is saying, "Sorry, I've been an after watcher this week. Been training someone at work." Cass, don't you dare apologize. Don't y'all apologize for being late and for missing a day or having to watch after, because I know that y'all all have your own lives going on. I've been a trainer before, Cass. I was a trainer at Panera. Imagine me with an orange hat telling people what to do. Girl, and that is why we have the green chair here today, so that I don't have to do that any longer. But shout out to him. And shout out to Amanda giving a super sticker, reminding us to please like the video, subscribe to my channel. We've been growing, y'all. Like I keep saying, I know y'all can't tell because I don't show my sub count because who cares? It's not important. But we have been growing, and that makes me feel good. The Revolution Detective Agency is like, it went from like just one level, and now I feel like we're at tier 2. So hopefully we can keep the family growing. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell your mom and tell your auntie. Check in. We're long-winded. We talk about pop culture for about an hour, and we get into some things. Speaking of some things, should we jump into it? I think we should jump into it. Now, the first thing that we're going to talk about today is we're starting off a little bit light and cozy, right? We spoke about Meghan and Harry in the Oprah interview very briefly before, but I want to know what y'all think about this. Now, Harry and Meghan split from the royal family to be explored in another Lifetime movie. What do y'all think about that? Now, in the wake of Oprah's blockbuster interview with Harry and Meghan, Lifetime has greenlit Harry and Meghan Escaping the Palace, which promises to reveal what ultimately led to the couple's break from the royal family. Now, this new film is the follow-up to Lifetime's 2018 entry, Harry and Meghan, which chronicled the newlyweds' love story, and 2019's Harry and Meghan Becoming Royal, which looked at their experiences inside the royal family during their first year of marriage. Now, Lifetime is calling the collection of the 3 movies their Harry and Meghan movie franchise trilogy. Casting is currently underway for Escaping the Palace, and production will begin this spring with an air date eyed for fall. Now, for me, you guys, this is a good thing, but it also could potentially be a bad thing. Can I tell you why? Now, when you first hear, okay, Harry and Meghan are becoming a movie, you're like, okay, that's not a bad idea. Then you may hear like Lifetime, and then you start feeling like, well, it has the potential, you guys, to be like the Aaliyah movie. If you guys remember, Lifetime did like the Aaliyah movie, and it wasn't the best. And I mean, but on the other hand, then we've got the Wendy Williams movie, and the Wendy Williams movie on Lifetime was great. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this movie will be done well, I guess is my question, or do you think that this may be a little cheesy? Maybe you've seen the other 2 movies. I haven't seen them yet. So if you have, let me know. What are you guys thinking? I want to say shout out to Amanda. Amanda saying, "Court, have you noticed we have more people in this chat than we had with the T?" I don't want to talk about the T tribe. That's big. Congrats. Yes, I have noticed. Thank you, Amanda. And I appreciate all of you guys for being here. Respectfully, though, if it's okay with you guys, can we not use, I feel like I realize I have to be clear about this now. Can we not use any of the verbiage from my old job that includes like after sipping and tea tribe? Like that is finished, respectfully. But I appreciate you guys for being here. Please know that. I just want to forget about that and leave it all behind. And hopefully not remind you of that, which is why I don't read some comments that are constantly talking about my old job. But shout out to you, Amanda. That wasn't a read. I just felt the need to use that as a point to make an announcement. Shout out to Cass. Cass is saying, I watched you at lunchtime and now the girl I'm training is going to subscribe. She got hooked. Shut up, Cass! Shout out to you and shout out to your trainee. I know that it can be difficult starting a new job, but I feel like if you're the trainer, then everything is going to be A-okay. Now, Kate is saying the drama is coming. And then Amanda is saying, I didn't know Lifetime did an Aaliyah movie. Yeah. It didn't make the biggest splash, but yeah, Lifetime did an Aaliyah movie. And if you guys watch it and you are an Aaliyah fan, or even if you're a casual fan of Aaliyah, you might feel like, I don't know what's really going on here. You know, I feel like the intent behind it was positive, but the actual product wasn't the greatest. So I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm wishing, because I kind of want to watch this just because I'm not as into the royals or knowing how that all works as everyone else. So let me see sort of visually how that works, you know? Oh, I see you, Millie. Hang on, let me scroll up. Hang on, Millie. Millie is saying, it's a bit much. I think it would be good to wait a couple of years, so not only to get to the deeper truth of why they left, but also how they've changed after the split. Let the Brits cool their anger. Now, Millie, I didn't think about that, but you could be absolutely right? All of this stuff it's recent, right? Do you guys think that maybe they're just trying to capitalize off of the Oprah stuff? And by fall, and this is not a read or trying to be negative, by fall, if nothing happens, positive or negative, besides, Meghan doing a voiceover or something like that, are we going to care by the fall? Are y'all gonna care? Let me know if y'all gonna care. I don't know. Who is that? M. Christina. M. Christina says, sorry, but it's a big pass. M. Christina said, we got other things that we could do on that day. Honestly. Liz is saying, I remember the Lifetime movie on her. You're talking about Aaliyah. Oh, I want to say this. When I say a movie not done so well by Lifetime, Aaliyah, think about if you've ever seen VH1's TLC movie. That movie was done so well. Everything down to like the casting was really well. Keke Palmer. I won't mention Left Eye's actress's name because she is transphobic. And Drew Sidora from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Ooh, they were great in that film. And I feel like the Aaliyah movie was missing, y'all know how I like to say, a couple essential herbs and spices. That recipe was lacking. Just a little. Now, I want to say hi to Haley. Haley is saying, yay! Sometimes I'm glad that my baby wakes me up. Love catching you live, even if it's 3:30 a.m. Shout out to you, Haley. Love you, Courtney. What TV show are you giving at the moment? Give me something to watch on maternity leave. Haley, how about this? I'll answer this one, but any other questions not related to the script, maybe I'll save them for the Q&A, and then I'll make it like a good full answer. But what I'm watching right now quickly is Behind Her Eyes on Netflix. Oh, get into that. Me and my best friend Felicia talk about it on the podcast episode that's coming out tomorrow. Behind Her Eyes, so good. The Undoing, so good. Another show that's sort of like in the vein of that, The Stranger. If y'all ever saw The Stranger with my good sis with the hat on, The Stranger, and also I May Destroy You. That should definitely be on your list. All of those shows, great shows to watch on maternity leave. Also, if you have the Paramount Plus app, check out any season of The Real World. You can have that on and flip through a book or read a magazine, scroll through, stuff on your iPad. Yes, all good options. And that's for everyone. All good TV show recommendations. Y'all know I don't be doing nothing but talking to y'all anyway. Alrighty, you guys, let's move on to something else. Something a little bit dramatic, but also I felt bad for this person, if we're being honest. Chrissy Teigen says goodbye to Twitter, and she deleted her account yesterday. And if you don't know, Chrissy Teigen has sort of had a rather stressful relationship with the internet, if you will. And I'm not really surprised. She hopped online and tweeted this, like, hey, for over 10 years, you guys have been my world. I honestly owe so much to this world we have created here. I truly consider so many of you my actual friends, but it's time for me to say goodbye. This no longer serves me as positively as it serves me negatively, and I think that's the right time to call something. My life goal is to make people happy. The pain I feel when I don't is too much for me. I've always been portrayed as the strong clapback girl, but I'm just not. My desire to be liked and fear of pissing people off has made me somebody you didn't sign up for and a different human than I started out here as. Live well, tweeters. Please know all I ever cared about was you. Ooh. And then she deleted her account. I feel bad for Chrissy Teigen just because I know what it's like to be an opinionated person and just tweet whatever out there. However, I don't know what it's like to be that person and tweet whatever out there and then have hundreds of thousands of people having an opinion on my opinion. And a lot of times I feel like I've seen maybe Chrissy Teigen troll a lot, and maybe there's come a point where it's just not fun or funny to her anymore. What do you guys think? Have you guys ever taken a social media break, like a legit social media break? Or when was the last time you even thought about it? I guess is my question. Cam is saying her mental health is more important than Twitter, and I agree. I know that I make jokes, or not jokes, but I kind of make light about how you can always log out. Sometimes you need to take it a step further. Sometimes you always just want to check, you want to reopen, you just want to see if anyone's talking, what's going on. You always want to feel connected. And, you know, sometimes it's best to just cut the cord. And I feel like that's what Chrissy did. I'm not mad at it at all. Kate is saying, I think she has a love-hate relationship with Twitter. So sad because I liked her tweets clapping back. Haha. Same. You know, I think that I don't agree with everything. Like you guys always hear me say, I don't agree with everything that she says and does. But I do think that she's a good person. And it sucks that the internet has crept her way under her skin. But I'm glad that she made a positive decision to just unplug. Girl, bye. And should she ever want to return, the people ain't going anywhere. Now, before I move on, I just want to let y'all know, because I will come and tell y'all, right before the show started, I did order my Safely. I won't play the video of Chrissy getting slapped by Kris Jenner, but I did buy the Safely stuff, the hand stuff. I want to try her out. I'm going to try some of her hand stuff. It's like hand sanitizer, hand cream, and something else. I bought the full set, $30. And I will be letting you guys know what that's all about. No frills, no BS. I'm gonna let y'all know how it is. And then if it's good, then we'll graduate. We'll get our cap and gown. We'll graduate and move on to the cleaning products. So I'm just curious about hand stuff right now because, you know, Chrissy, y'all won't get all my money just yet, but you can have a couple shekels. You can have a couple, you know, and I'll let you guys know just in case y'all want to try through me before you buy, you know. Shout out to Jacqueline Escobar. I see you. I love you. I hope you're having a great day, and I'm really glad that you have decided to join us today. And then I see Amanda. Bam, we don't mind seeing the Chrissy face slap, LMFAO. Believe me, Amanda, if I would have just read that and I had it loaded up, I might have just played it just off the rip, but I don't have it loaded today. I apologize. But isn't that advertisement so funny? I mean, obviously they got me. They got my coin, so I'm not mad about it. Now, I want to read this last thing before we move on. I see you, Trisha. Trisha is saying, before using social media, you have to understand the whole picture. People need to be educated about the pros and cons of social media. One always has to be careful and aware. Trisha, you are absolutely nothing wrong with what you said at all. You just have to, you're right, and you have to understand that if you're going to be on social media and have a platform and be popular, you have to understand whether you're tough enough to handle opinions and criticism or not. And if you feel like you're not, well, delete. The people ain't going anywhere. Amanda is saying, I want to know how it smells. And believe me, I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to say, okay, y'all, this is it. Oh, all right, y'all, this is it. And if it's not it, y'all, I'm going to tell y'all asses, keep your coins right in your pocketbooks. Don't play with Chrissy and Chrissy. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. I told y'all about the truth about cacti, right? I told y'all. I came right up here. I told y'all. And I'm about to finish that box before the end of this week. I'll tell you that. But, Yeah, let's stop talking about the Kardashians. I'm over it. Y'all over it? I'm over it. Now, let's talk about One Direction. Y'all like One Direction? You like a boy from One Direction? Do you at least like one of them? I like them all to an extent, but Niall is actually the one that is speaking out today. And I want to read his comments, and I want to start another conversation about fame. Now, Niall is recalling his experience during the wildly successful but definitely chaotic One Direction days. Now, he was asked in a recent interview with British media personality Dermot O'Leary if he ever felt like a prisoner at the beginning of One Direction's rise to fame. Now, Niall admitted he did a couple of times, especially as the group evolved from just being an act on X Factor to literally a worldwide phenomenon in 2011, which led to the hysteria of groups, swarms of fans surrounding their hotel suites, their press tours, and even banging on car windows as they drove by. So Niall is saying, I struggled with the idea of, why won't you just let us out? We just want to go for a walk, you know? But you can't get inside the brain of a fan. And now I completely get it. But at the time, you're like, you're our age. Just let us out. We just want to walk down the street. You must understand. Now, he talks about a One Direction stadium tour in South America as sort of like an example of what he and his bandmates experienced. Now, he says, I remember being in all of these amazing cities, but not being able to see them. He even mentioned how One Direction members couldn't even go to a shopping center for a stroll in Peru after a swarm of fans surrounded their hotel. He said that the police had done a head count and there were more than 10,000 people in the street the whole time. Now, this sort of, it brings me back to a comment that was made by one of you guys. And once again, this is not a read, but I've been thinking about this comment a lot. The idea of knowing what you signed up for, right? And in this particular case, all of the boys in One Direction, Niall, Harry, Zayn, Louis, who am I missing, y'all? Niall, Liam. They all auditioned for X Factor with the idea of, well, if I win the show, I'll be the super famous mega star and everyone's going to know my name and they'll, paparazzi, this, that, and the third. So isn't it such a double-edged sword that you enter a competition to be famous, to show your talent, to show your art to the world, and then once you don't even win. One Direction didn't win, right? They didn't even win. They got the prize of the fame. And look at what it's caused. Like, Zayn don't want to talk to their ass. Liam is all the way over there. Niall is like, girl, we couldn't even go to the mall. It really makes you think, is it worth it being famous? What do you think? Lois, One Direction can keep it moving. Why? I love them. I love One Direction. I literally was a Directioner. So the story stuck out to me because as Niall was telling the stories about the things that happened to them while they were on tour, I remember being on Tumblr and seeing the videos of all of the fans chasing them, all of the stories of, girl, the fans sneaking into them hotel rooms. It's just really unfortunate. And although I do miss them all together, yeah, I'll say that. I do miss them all together. I do think that perhaps, and this is from the outside looking in, and let me know if you agree or disagree. I think from the outside looking in, maybe mentally, the situation of them being separate is for the best, because when they were together, they were a thing, they were a phenomenon, they couldn't go anywhere. And now it sounds like maybe they have found a little bit more inner peace within themselves. Elva is saying, MJ used to wear a disguise to be able to go out in public. Yeah, I remember. Remember y'all, back in the day, Michael Jackson used to be out and he used to have Paris and blanket he used to have like a shawl over their face, like a little thing over their face. I remember that. Cass is saying, I'd like the money, LOL. Millie is saying, prefer them separately, to be honest. They all seem so much happier in themselves, which makes them more appealing, not gonna lie. I agree. I don't pay attention to all of them, truth be told. I really am more Harry leaning. I do like Zayn a lot. I do enjoy Niall from time to time. And maybe that's another plus of them all being separated. You really kind of only have to focus on whichever boy you really kind of like. I like them all, but there are some that I like more than others. So I don't know. To be famous, y'all, I'm too private. I'd be in the house with the door shut. Click. What you saying, Trisha? Trisha is saying, I think Niall matured through time and then understood the reason why the fans act that way. I agree. It's different when you become like a star at a young age, because then you kind of have to work backwards, where I feel like if for whatever reason I were to become famous, I kind of grew up as a fan and a stan, and then, you know, transformed, evolved. But so like, I get it. I know what it's like to see your fave and your brain just goes into, ah! Like I get that and I identify with that. But man, what a trade-off. To be famous, rich, everyone's screaming your name, but you can't go nowhere, can't leave the house, gotta call security beforehand, check them all. Unfortunate. Britney is saying, I pay attention to Harry and Zayn, not so much the rest. I do like them all, but don't enjoy all their solo projects. And I agree. For me, I very much like Harry's solo projects the most. I've really, and y'all, this is just, it's not embarrassing, but I feel embarrassed. I really liked Liam at one point. Emphasis on at one point. And then like the album came out and the album was like a straight like 2 out of 10. Like he had like an EP that he put out before the album, you guys. And the album, me on my soapbox, the album had a song called Slow. Oh my God, so good. I remember going to Playlist Live in Orlando, playing the song for my friends, and they were like, this is Liam Payne. I said, bitch, Slow is here. Liam is going to take over. Girl, he's got it on lock. Bitch, that album came out, and Liam, you gave us nothing but hot garbage juice. I couldn't believe it. I know, y'all are all surprised. Y'all are like, literally, Liam? I know, same. But you just like what you like, right? And I liked him, but that album was awful. The bisexual song he put out, girl, awful. It didn't feel organic to me. Liam, if you're not a hip hop R&B girl, don't be a hip hop R&B girl. If you want to give us generic pop music, there's a lane for that. Look at Shawn Mendes, no shade. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do that then. But like the big boss energy in the club, like, bitch, your ass ain't Rick Ross. That's how I felt about Liam's project. So now I've kind of shied away until maybe he comes out with something different. I'm strictly kind of Harry Zayn right now, because Zayn gets overlooked and he doesn't deserve to. Nah. Emela's saying, where's the lie? I just had to be honest, y'all. Y'all know I don't like to drag here, but like, that's just me being honest. Shout out to them, but it's okay if you don't enjoy all of their music. Shout out to them. Now, let's move on to something a little bit deaf. Let's talk about Rihanna, why are you getting us riled up once again? And let me know. We're going to enter the courtroom. I'm going to tell you guys a story. And if you guys are believing that Rihanna is finally going to release music, say yes, Rihanna. And if you don't think that Rihanna's releasing music anytime soon and she's trolling us once again, no, Rihanna. All right, now let's hit it. Bam. Now, Rihanna once again teased a 9th album on Instagram. The singer she didn't tease, well, I guess technically she did. She took to Instagram to celebrate Anti still being on the Billboard 200 chart after 5 years. So she writes, grateful to the Most High for putting diehard supporters in my circle. #Anti, #Women's History Month. Congrats to everyone that contributed to this era. Thank you, team. Well, obviously, everyone freaked out because they want new music from Rihanna, myself included. And a fan wrote, celebrate by releasing a new song. As usual. Now, we know that Rihanna cannot help herself when it comes to people begging and asking for music. And Rihanna literally wrote, I think I should. Then she wrote, just one though. Y'all, I can't make this up. I literally can't make this up. Look at that, y'all. Just one though. How would y'all feel if Rihanna just came out with one song? I don't even think I would be mad. I just think that I'm so thirsty that I, at this point, would take whatever I could get from Rihanna. Do you guys think that she's being serious, or do you think that she's trolling yet again? Do you think that Rihanna is going to give us some sweet melodies this year? I sure hope so. Email is saying, I won't believe a new Rihanna album is coming out until it's on Spotify. Cam is saying, no, Rihanna. I say, don't hold your breath. She keeps doing this to us. Emily is saying, no, LOL. Wesley is saying, like Rihanna herself once said, oh, no, not releasing. Well, no, Rihanna. And then we got Nicole saying she's trolling, LOL. Christopher is saying she's hyping us up for no reason. That's how I feel, you guys. Now, don't get me wrong. I would be very excited for new Rihanna music. Listen, The cases in LA, thankfully, are slightly going down. Vaccines are going out. They're talking about moving us into the next tier in a couple of weeks already. I think that they should wait. But eventually, there will come a time where I will want to grab a cute cocktail and perhaps hear the new bad gal over a loudspeaker, you know? And so I'll say this. If anything, I hope that if and when Rihanna gives us new music, it's around the time of summer. Don't you guys feel like Rihanna would just drop a banging summer hit? I don't want a fall album. Give us something for the sundresses. Give us something for the people taking their clothes off at the beach. Give us something for those of us that own convertibles, put the top down. Maybe got a little sunroof. You want to let your girl come out the sunroof. Give us something like that. That's what I want. Amanda is saying, I hope she's serious. We have been waiting so long. She knows we're ready. When Rihanna drops, she's going to break the internet, y'all. It don't matter when it is, I think. I think as soon as Rihanna says it's go time, Times Square, Rihanna, like everywhere in the world is going to have a big Rihanna advertisement somewhere. That's what she should do, something worldwide. Every continent even, there's like a big Rihanna something because she's a mogul now, right? She's way bigger than just Pondy Replay, right? Y'all know I get to plan, and I'm already ready to plan Rihanna's rollout because I'm ready to get the show on the road. I'm thinking. Brissa is saying, I might actually check out if she is trolling. I'm saying, I think that she is. I really think that she's trolling. You know, she loved to laugh at us, y'all. Haley is saying, that's like when someone says, you should try this new restaurant, and her going, oh, yeah, I should, and never thinks of the restaurant again. That's low-key me. I'm not even lying. Oh, yeah, girl. And go right to my same spot. Shout out to Cluckin' Chicken. Cluckin' Chicken is it. I ain't trying no new restaurant because they chicken is not popping like Cluckin'. Email is saying if she drops something and it's bad, it'll be really bad for her reputation though. I have no doubt in my mind that anything Rihanna puts out at this point will be a success no matter what. Now, I think from an opinion standpoint, maybe there will be people that will be like, oh, I don't like this. Especially like, if you guys remember, as big as a hit as it was, when Work first came out, lots of people didn't like it because it wasn't a typical pop song and it was very reggae influenced, obviously. And it's being speculated about that Rihanna is going to put out more reggae infused music. So you never know. I know that whatever Rihanna puts out, I'm probably gonna like it. And I think even if the music is bad, because her businesses are so successful, I don't think it would tarnish her reputation at all. And also, what could be considered a bad album or a bad anything from Rihanna would still be better than a lot of pop artists' best, just to be frank. Wild, right? That's the truth. That's how I feel. Wesley is saying, feels like if we were kids and our moms told us, we're going to buy that shit another day. Well, yes. Y'all know how many times my mom did that? Court another day and another day never came. Shout out to her. Anyway, you guys. This is what's going on with another one of our girls. And we care about this girl. Let's talk about Britney Jean. Hi, Britney Jean. We have an update about her conservatorship, and I want to share it with you guys just to sort of keep you guys in the loop. In case anything major happens, then you guys would have already known the tea and what led up to whatever major happens, right? You know how I like to keep you all in the loop. Now, Britney Spears has taken steps to make Jody Montgomery her permanent conservator. Now, in a petition dated this past Monday, March 22nd, and obtained by E! News, Britney's legal team has requested that Jody serve as permanent conservator of Britney's person and successor. Jody, who works at a professionally licensed conservator, stepped in to temporarily replace Britney's father, Jamie, in that role in September 2019 due to Jamie's health concerns. Now, this petition requests that Jamie, who was named co-conservator of Britney's estate and person in 2008, resign as conservator of her person. He will remain co-conservator of her estate. Now, this part is important. Britney is also requesting that she retain the right to petition for termination of the conservatorship as a whole. So I'm not Elle Woods and I'm not Kim Kardashian. But it seems as though Britney is trying to take steps to end this whole thing. If you're a legal person, let me know. But that's what I perceived, and that's why I wanted to bring this to y'all today. Now, when it comes to the powers that Jodi would have, they would include restricting and limiting guests other than Britney's lawyer, arranging security and location for such meetings, overseeing caretakers and security guards, prosecuting restraining orders, communicating with medical personnel about Britney's health, and having access to medical records. All right, now a hearing is set for April 27th. That's like just a couple days over a month away. So we're gonna hear some sort of major development about the Free Britney, this Free Britney case in just a little while. Do you think that Britney, I think it sounded like Britney might be able to wiggle her way on. She might Spinderella her ass right on out of this, y'all. Let me know what y'all are thinking, because that's what I'm thinking right now. Just the fact that she's had someone sort of in place, like an interim conservator already, and she liked that person enough to say, you know what, I believe that you should replace my father. We ain't gotta get rid of all of it just yet, even though wink, wink, I'm working on that in the background. But for now, we need my good sis Jodi up in the crib to, flip through my medical records, to stand there, make sure I'm good. I feel good about this. Sandra, what you saying, Sandra? Sandra's saying, as long as Jodi is a good person, it sounds okay. I feel good about this, Sandra, because Britney is the one that is trying to put this in place. It's not Jamie choosing someone to replace him. This is Britney's choice. So I feel good about this. Haley is saying, I really hope she can end this. I hope so too. I really, how great it would be for us to sit up here one day and be like, free Britney. Girl, we have to throw a party, girl, get some confetti cannons. Britney is free. Girl, I'll play In the Zone, because that's my favorite Britney album. We'll play In the Zone and get our lives. Miss Clee is saying small win, and I agree. And hopefully small wins could lead to a bigger win, a win of the battle, right? We're going to hang on and see what's going on. Brissa is saying it might be easier to switch conservators than get rid of the conservatorship. And Brissa, that's what I'm thinking, right? She could switch Jodi out, since Jodi seems to be someone that Britney trusts, right? Switch Jodi out with the dad, and then that's when her and Jodi sit down and they get to plotting. They come up with the plan, right? And then maybe 6 months, a year from now, to be realistic, maybe a couple years from now, we wake up one day and it's like, Britney at the courthouse. Britney is free from the conservatorship. New one-off song that she recorded in 2010 to be released on Friday. Like, Britney, you ain't even got to get back in the booth. Give us one of them reheats from 2008, girl. Give us one of them reheats off In the Zone. I know you got a couple, girl. Give us a couple In the Zone reheats to celebrate you being free, and we'll call it even, and we will go and support your next project. Don't that sound good, girl? Yo, don't that sound like a plan? Britney get free. She give us one of these one-offs off the album, so she don't even got stress. She don't even got stress and get in the studio. Give us one of the reheats, and then we celebrate, dance in the street, girl. Yes! Hit the fire hydrant, let the water fly up in the air. Woo! Throw a block party, girl. Remember the block party? Y'all have block parties still? Girl, out here in LA, girl, we don't be throwing no block parties, girl. But if we had the block party, girl, woo! Put some ribs on the grill for Miss Britney. Yes! Could you imagine? I'm excited. I feel good about this. There's like a little bit of positive news when it comes to Britney, because I know that there's a lot of negative out there about her conservatorship and what Jamie has done and the stealing of the money. I'm just glad that there's positive Britney news. Miss A, I hear you loud and clear. I finally feel like Britney's voice is being heard, and that is exactly how I feel. 2 snaps for Britney. We're thinking about you. And hopefully we can have more of a major development from this case coming up. Now, let's talk about Smiley Miss Smiley, y'all. Yeah, we're going to talk about Smiley Miss Smiley, yeah. And all of her letter writing abilities. Now, you guys know that we're around the time of the 15th anniversary of Hannah Montana, right? So I just want to say, I'm going to preface this by saying, if Miley doesn't do this big, girl, bag fumbled. Now, let's get into it. Miley decided to show Hannah, the character, Hannah Montana, some love on the special day of the anniversary by penning a special message. And I'm not going to read all of it, y'all, because watch when I click over. Bam. Look how much all that is. We're not doing all of that, right? But I will read a little bit of it just to sort of give you the zhuzh of what is going on. So, hi, Hannah. It's been a while, 15 years to be exact. I remember the first time I slid those blonde bands over my forehead in the best attempt to conceal my identity, then slipped into a puke pink terry cloth robe with a bedazzled H&M over the heart. I didn't know then that this is where you would live forever, not just in mine, but in millions of people all over the world. Although you are considered to be an alter ego, in reality, there was a time in my life when you held more of my identity in your glove than I did in my bare hands. We had an equal exchange in which you provided a superlative amount of fame in return for anonymity I could give to you. But a lot has changed since you were like a rocket that flew me to the moon and never brought me back down. I couldn't have imagined when taping myself singing I Love Rock and Roll against a white wall in my mom's friend's kitchen in Nashville, Tennessee, the name typed in marquee-style letters on the front of a first draft script would make my wildest dreams a reality. Now, you would think that maybe Miley could have been the person that was like, Hannah Montana is done forever. I don't ever want to talk about her ever again. Or even she could have fallen into the trap of like, I've been typecast. I can only get these kind of Hannah Montana e-rolls. But I love the fact that Miley is leaning into it and showing respect, not only to the character, but to a whole generation of kids and adults that enjoyed the program, that saw themselves in they are childish stories, but some of them you can relate to as an adult in terms of the morals. You know what I mean? I feel like this was a good, positive note, Britney is saying, her post threw me back to my childhood days, buying all Hannah Montana school supplies for the new school year, LOL. That's what I was going to say. Hannah Montana, it went beyond a TV show. Y'all, you can walk into Walmart without seeing Hannah Montana, like the hair clips. Oh, don't think I forgot y'all. Don't think I forgot. Some of these, y'all had the Hannah Montana, and that wasn't real. That wasn't real hair. That was some plastic Barbie Hannah Montana. The clip-ins, y'all, I remember that. You know what I mean? It really was. When you think of cultural reset, right? Hannah Montana is something I would consider to be a cultural reset. Let me ask you guys this. Would you guys be here for a Hannah Montana reboot, a Hannah Montana movie special, Hannah Montana album? How would y'all feel if Hannah Montana came out with an album today in 2021? Do you think that could be in the works? I wouldn't be mad. Let me take a sip of my Dunky D real quick. Haley Jordan is saying, I don't think I've ever heard her talk so positively about Hannah Montana. Listen, same. It really is a part of how a lot of us were introduced to her. So, I'm glad that she decided to show respect. Also, you guys, let's be real. Like I just mentioned, you couldn't walk into a Walmart without seeing a whole aisle of Hannah Montana stuff. If she didn't lean into this and celebrate and acknowledge, and we have the Hannah Montana verified account sending notes out and Selena responding to love you too and stuff like that. If all of those things, if she didn't lean into all of those things, that would be like a bag fumbled, right? Because let's just say Hannah Montana comes out with an album and she got Selena on it or whoever else, Britney on it, and she doesn't have Britney on it, but let's imagine, right, that she's got the girls on it, Migos on it, this, that, and the third. That is something that would break the internet if it's good, What you saying, Brissa? I want a one-off episode with the entire old cast, reliving old moments and premiering an episode of a more adult moment, like a Lizzie reboot. Now, here's the thing, Brissa. I'm not saying no to that at all. I don't even disagree with that at all. Here's the thing. If you are looking for, and I'm not saying adult in the way of like, Hannah's doing a line, but like if Lizzie, which to me was a childish, not childish in a negative way, but it was for preteens. Hannah Montana kind of falls in that kind of demographic. If Lizzie couldn't even get to a place where it made sense from an adult standpoint, I worry about that kind of thing happening to Hannah Montana. Like if, let's say the storyline was Hannah Montana was washed up, right? And maybe she had a substance abuse problem, not so deep. Maybe she just drank a lot. Like they would never be able to tell that kind of story on Disney Channel unless Brissa, you want something that's a little bit more lighthearted, like a Raven's Home, because Raven's Home is real lighthearted. I love that it exists, but it didn't grow up in terms of content outside of the characters, you know? Still great. Shout out to Raven. Y'all know I love Raven. But what y'all think? Britney is saying a new version of We Got the Party with Jonas Brothers would break the internet, especially with their new sounds mixed. Hannah Montana gotta drop the EP. Hannah Montana, y'all know me. Hannah Montana and Friends. We gotta get Selena Gomez. Let's put the Migos on there. Let's get Jonas Brothers on there. Who else? Who else y'all got? Shout out to Amanda. Sending a super sticker, showing some love. Thank you, Amanda. Reminder that if you're watching with us today, to like the video, subscribe to my channel. We love pop culture here, and we love to talk about it. Thank you so much, Amanda. Emily is saying, put it on HBO with the Euphoria director. LMFAO, Emily. If Lizzie McGuire can't even sleep with somebody, Hannah Montana is definitely not going on HBO. Not saying that that's a bad idea, because I want to see gritty, dirty. I want to see that Hannah Montana through the eyes of like Euphoria. I want to see the grit. I want to see Hannah with the hair, the wig cocked to the side, and a wig cap in an ashtray. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see it, you know? But I don't think. Britney is saying, are Miley and Selena friendly? I don't think that Selena Gomez. Yeah. They're friendly because, this is why, Britney. Miley Cyrus used to do an Instagram live show that was really popular. And I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, Selenators, I know you hear, Selena was on that, and they spoke about mental health. Was that where Selena revealed that she was bipolar? I could be wrong, my memory. But yes, they are friendly. Selena did the interviews, and she also responded to Hannah Montana's tweet. So yes. Vanessa, you a mess box. Would that be Miley's real life? No. But maybe. You never know. You never know. Either way, I want to see it. If it is Miley's life, then she'll be able to play it well. Bam! And I want to, we need to remix the ice cream freeze. Strike a pose, girl. Then you do the milkshake, shake it down low, bitch. Period. We need that. Okay, you guys. Let's talk about, well, before we get into her, if you want to hear about Taylor Swift, can you please put some tree emojis in the chat for the forest that is folklore? Please. Tree emojis if you want to get into this Taylor news. We're not just talking about Good Morning America today, just a spoiler alert. So we've got some Taylor news. Let me know. Put some trees in. We're going into the forest with Taylor. Yes, we are. I'm in a good trench coat, maybe a good pea coat. I used to have a good winter pea coat from American Eagle when I was like 12. Bitch, I ain't never want a coat so bad in my life. Do you understand? My mom really be pulling through on the good Christmas back in the day. I will never forget. I opened up that American Eagle box and had that good pea coat. Y'all couldn't tell me nothing for like 3 years, period. People was like, you're not tired of wearing that? I said, bitch, this came from American Eagle. Goodbye. Okay, now, enough about me. Let's talk about Taylor Swift. Bam. What's going on with Taylor? We're about to tell y'all right now. Now, remember when Evermore Park tried to sue Taylor Swift back in February, and they were alleging that Taylor's December album release, Evermore, and its attendant merchandise infringed on the attraction's trademarks? Do you also remember when Taylor sued Evermore Park in return, contending that the attraction had long had its costume performers singing hits by Taylor and others without a license, despite demands made in the past by the performing rights organization BMI? Well, you guys, I've got an update on that situation right about now. It actually turns out that Taylor and Evermore Park have dropped the lawsuits they filed against each other, and this is according to Taylor's camp. Neither side got any cash in the agreement to set aside their respective claims. Now, a rep for Taylor said this in a statement. As a resolution of both lawsuits, the parties will drop and dismiss their respective suits without monetary settlement. And the reps for Evermore Park could not be reached for comment. Of course, because they were going to go bankrupt trying to sue our sis. Now, this is why I thought the Evermore, like them trying to sue Taylor, was really, really, really funny. So the suit details plenty of other beefs the company has with Taylor, all the way down to how she had used the words escapism and epic in describing the material on her album, words that also appear in the park's promotional material. It also contended that the Willow music video, which depicts Taylor inside of the base of a tree, resembled tree trunk imagery in a pair of park soundtrack albums that are on sale on iTunes. The suit also alleges that Taylor's ornamental cloth patches, three-dimensional plastic ornaments, purses, all-purpose carrying bags, key wallets, and key pouches resemble their own souvenirs. Now, my brain hurts. And the reason why is because, with all due respect, Evermore Park, Taylor Allison Swift was not thinking about y'all asses in the slightest. We did not know y'all existed. I've never heard of Evermore. Y'all heard of Evermore Park? Did y'all think that they were going to win this case because Taylor was minding her business, putting out albums for the fans? Did you really think that they were going to win the case? What's going on here? I will say this. I thought it was cool of Taylor to drop her end of the suit. And I am glad that Evermore Park dropped their end of the suit, because here's the thing, you guys, and this could be true or not true. This could very much be a speculation, not confirmation when it comes to Taylor, right? Girl, we're about to put out Maren Morris. We're about to put out these re-recordings, girl. We done opened up the vault. Do we really, really, really want to have annoying ass Evermore Park in the background talking about, you stole our patches and everybody knew about this and why aren't you and why aren't you and why aren't you and we're gonna sue you and you got in the tree trunk, girl. This resembling the tree trunk. I'll sip a Dunky D to that. Josephina, what you saying? Josephina saying they were already going bankrupt. They spent too much money making that place. The statues are dumb expensive. We know the owner. He just wanted money. Embarrassing. And that's probably why there was no statement by Evermore Park put out. Haley is saying, maybe because I'm Australian, but I have never heard of this park. But Taylor, man, she is my queen, right? Because Taylor really could have, you already know, she really wanted to. Taylor could have bought the park and called it a day. Like, you know what? And girl would really put them in the dirt, if you will. But I think that in addition to having just a genuinely good heart and being like, girl, what are we doing this for? And also, she's busy. She's got to promote this. And we don't want any bad press attached to Taylor. Like, those days are done. Y'all saw how people were already trying to make it seem like Taylor paid the GoFundMe. Remember we talked about the GoFundMe yesterday? People are trying to make it seem like she did it for attention. And Taylor doesn't do things like that for attention. It's just usually out of the goodness of her heart. Patricia is saying, I only heard of the park from the lawsuit, so that's that. And Patricia, you ain't never lied. Now, let's get into Taylor one more again. Good Morning America also premiered a little sneak peek and snippet of You All Over Me from the vault this morning. Now, this is like a slower country bop, and it will definitely transport Swifties to a pre-pop time. And I like this. I think that even though I'm not the biggest country music fan, I met Taylor Swift this way. The first Taylor Swift song I ever heard in my life was Our Song. I too was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car too, girl. And I think that by going pop, maybe there were some country fans that felt a little bit alienated and they can sort of get fed as well. Are you guys excited for this? I'm very excited for this. I like this kind of return from Taylor, especially because I know what goes around comes around. I know that in just a few moments, before we even realize it, bam, we'll be back to Pop Taylor all over again. Do you guys, what do I want to ask you guys? Are you guys excited? That's the question. Are you guys excited? I'm ready to hear it. Loa is saying, hey, Court, let's talk on Normani tomorrow. Well, what is there to talk about Normani? Except that she said a song is coming and she responded to the producer, Ilya. That's what's going on with Normani. Sandra is saying, very excited about the vault. I too am very, very excited about the vault. The reason being is because even if some of the songs leaked once upon a time ago, and maybe you've heard some of the songs already from the vault, Taylor probably has taken the song and reimagined it in a way, added some extra people on it, like how we got Maren Morris on this, and she sort of made it something different. I mean, some of these songs leaked, or maybe you guys uncovered them like 10 years ago, 10 plus years ago. So, I mean, I don't know. There's something really exciting about knowing what could have been and knowing that it's being like reborn in this way. I'm excited for her. Brissa's saying, I just love seeing her succeed. April is saying, I hope it's so fresh and new. It starts our summer on a whole new vibe. I think that it definitely has the potential to. My thing is, I want Selena on one of the vault records. It doesn't have to be this. Doesn't have to be this particular album, but I want Selena on a re-record, and I don't want her on no background vocals. I want her on a, girl, this is Selena's part, or Selena sing the chorus, or something like that. Maybe they sing the chorus together. That's what I want. What you saying, Emily? Emily's saying, honestly, listen to Taylor when she was more country, and I hate country. Court, you got me back into this artistic woman. And yeah, I agree that Taylor is artistic. I think to be a successful artist, you always have to be trying to evolve, but also straddle the line between moving forward and not alienating the people that you left behind. And I think that, and you may disagree, I think Lady Gaga does a really good job of that. Like, of course, there are some projects that are more popular than others. And then, of course, there was Joanne. I think that she has always done a really good job, especially in the beginning, of giving us this. And then when the next album comes out, ooh, she's pushed it a little bit further. And the next album, ooh, she's pushed it a little bit further. The next album, all right, girl, art pop a little bit too much. Okay, bitch. And then, like, you know what I mean? I think that she does a really good job of that. And I think Taylor does as well. Can I tell you a secret? I wouldn't be mad if Taylor and Stephanie collabed. I think it would be random as hell, but I wouldn't be mad. I think the only reason I would be mad is if Lady Gaga collabed with Taylor and then she gave us like another Joanne album. Like, I don't want that again, but I love her. Oh, that would be so random and good. Taylor and Lady Gaga strumming on. Such a random matchup. But I don't know. I want to say hi from France. Hi from France. Shout out to y'all all the way out there in France. Oh my God. Matthew was saying you should talk about the Demi documentary. Well, we did talk about the Demi documentary. We talked about it yesterday. Brittany is saying, I've grown to love art pop now. I really disliked it when it came out. I will never forget where I was when art pop came out. I was doing the Disney College program. And when it came out, at that age, I was like 21. So I was like wild, swinging from the rafters in the clubs every night at Pulse, going crazy. And it definitely was something. I think I probably like it more now. Yeah. Now you kind of got me like, maybe I should go and listen to art pop today. While I go and think about that, let's wrap the show up, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Make sure that you follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. My new podcast episode with my best friend Felicia comes out tomorrow. Also, if you want to participate in the Q&A, make sure that you leave your question as a comment down below in this video when it goes back up in a few minutes once I hit end broadcast. Also, be on the lookout for the post on the community page, taking questions for the Q&A, as well as on Instagram. I'm going to post a question box thing, so y'all can go on ahead and write your questions there as well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I love you immensely. I hope you love me too, because the love is just, it's infinite. But don't you forget that the world keeps spinning, and so shall you. And make sure that you mask up, you wash your hands, and I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.